Okay, this is July 10th, Town of New Paltz Planning Board meeting. Couple administrative things first. I'd like to do a quorum check for July 24th meeting. Anybody? You be here? No?
I'll be here.
You will? Okay.
Yes, I'll be
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
I'll be here.
yeah. Okay, we have a quorum. I won't be here. That's that. Okay, approval of minutes for May 22nd. Do I have a motion to approve or discussion? Anybody have anything to say?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, I'm gonna second it then to approve the minutes for 5/22/23. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, let's see, next, approve the minutes for. Next one. June. June 12th.
Yeah.
June June 12th. We have a motion to approve minutes for June 12th. Second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Those are approved.
Before you do that, did anyone discuss this?
No.
Okay,
Next.
escrow or Bank of America?
Yeah, an email.
Ashley said an email was fine.
Okay, I just got that.
Okay.
Okay, she's gonna pull up the suggested.
This is it, right?
Okay. Maybe she saw it then. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, we'd like to establish escrows for Kudir and Bank of America. Suggested value for 15 Sugartown Road, Michael Kudir is $2,500 with a replenishment at $625.
I'll move
Motion?
that motion.
Second,
Second.
all discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next one is to approve a escrow account for Bank of America branch renovation. Suggested initial amount $2,000 with a replenishment of $500.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that. Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
What else we got here? Or any public comment? Anybody here for public comment?
Did the ENCB want to talk about on public comment?
Pardon?
Did the ENCB want to
Oh,
talk on
did you
during
want to
public
speak?
comment?
During now or?
Talking about something separate.
Okay, that's fine. We'll get you at the end then. Okay, we have a public hearing open for 350 North Ohioville Road. Is there anybody here to speak on that application? Make a motion to close the public hearing for 350 North Ohioville Road. That's
Second.
Donovich.
So moved.
And so moved. And you second?
I second it.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Public hearing is closed. Okay, application review, first one up, 350 North Ohioville. Okay. Are you bringing this?
Well, I submitted a response memo to the comments that we had received last month. We did make a revision to the map based on comments that had been received, that the subdivision lots are located in close proximity to an existing outdoor gun range that is operated at 411 North Ohio Road. Houses in the area will be exposed to loud noise from gunshots on a regular basis. I think that we had previously addressed all of the rest of the comments. We did submit a response to the Ulster County Planning Board comments. We submitted all of the Board of Health approvals. We had previously addressed the need for access easements or maintenance agreements between lots 4 and 5 by separating the driveways. And we submitted all the information that we've given to the fire department, and we have not received any comments back yet.
Okay.
Okay,
ahead.
I have a question. Was that comment similar to the one that you had?
Yeah,
suggested?
that was the language that I had suggested for the map note.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Patty, there was a driveway that was in the wetlands on one of those lots. I think it maybe is lot 1. What's the status of that?
There was a driveway that was about 20 feet of it, just at the edge of the pavement, within the 100-foot buffer of the federal wetland. There was no driveway in the wetland
wet-
itself.
Okay, excuse me, it's in the buffer then?
Yep, it was in the buffer and it was already separated by the roadway. So actually the impact of the driveway, it's an existing dirt and gravel driveway that had been overgrown by years of misuse. Our field crew called it a grass lane. It's difficult sometimes, when the grass grows up through dirt and gravel to qualify what something is. We changed it on the map from a grass driveway to a dirt and gravel driveway. But again, it's only within the 100-foot buffer of a federal wetland, which typically outside of the town of New Paltz, there is no buffer regulation. And because it's on the opposite side of the roadway, the potential impact to the wetland is non-existent, because if there's going to be any impact at all, it's going to be from North Ohioville Road, runoff from that, plowing, salting, sanding. So the impact of that driveway on the federal wetland across the street, 80 feet away, will be non-existent.
And it's existing.
And
And
it's
you're not
existing.
proposing to do any disturbance to improve the driveway or anything?
No,
So,
Sorry.
and I would propose that as a condition.
Well,
in
yeah,
our-
what
as well.
happens if the lot is sold and somebody builds there and wants to put in a paved driveway? In other words,
I think at that point in time, they would need to come back before this board for a permit.
And
That's my understanding what your code is.
yeah,
And
I
we
mean, is
could-
that a
There's
problem?
some
really?
exemptions in it, I believe.
Is that pre-existing?
You might know, I know you can add gravel, certain amount of gravel to a driveway and buffer without a permit.
But we could also, I could come up with language to add a note just alerting any prospective purchaser on that lot that the driveway is in the buffer and any disturbance or improvements to it needs to.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
think that, if you're doing it for yourself and you already own the thing, that's one thing, but when you're doing it to sell to somebody else. Typically, that's kind of an arcane thing for a buyer to even.
Well,
Think about.
there's no designated curb cut there, right?
Oh, no, it was a pre-existing curb cut and it was
Oh, it was
approved by the
already
highway
pre-existing.
superintendent. Yeah, when we went out
Yeah,
there.
so I don't know. I mean, I certainly don't want to penalize the property, but I just, I think down the road, you'd want to know, I mean, if I bought something and then they told me, oh, you can't pave your driveway ever and. I don't know.
I guess I would feel like that it's on the opposite side of the road, which is already paved and already has a base. And
Yeah.
unless there was a culvert under crossing the road right there connecting, I
Okay.
don't see it as
You know, so,
an impact, but
okay,
I mean, that's how I would feel about it.
Yeah,
I just wanted to, throw it out there and see if anybody else thought that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm purporting is, there's the town road bifurcates this driveway from the wetland. So I don't feel that any impacts that, because again, the crown of the road, right, and then it slopes down on either side. So there's no way that any drainage or flow from that driveway would
Can go
surface
into the
on top of the
wetland, can go
road
in
and then go
over.
over the road and impact the wetlands.
Okay,
So we're all good with that?
yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Anything else, Andy? You
I
wanna-
don't have anything new. A couple of items from my last letter would be conditions of approval, talking about removal of the existing structures prior to signing the maps and the road dedication, but that's stuff that can be handled as part of the approval.
No question about the gun club note on the plat. What happens if the gun club disbands or, goes away or decides to sell? I mean, you've got that on the neighbor's thing, then there's no more gun club there. Does it matter? Just throwing that out as a hypothetical, I mean, just. to be discussed?
So
Right now,
there's
there's
gonna
a
be
change.
the
Yeah.
deed note as well. I mean, it could say presently.
Yeah,
It's a-
it's
Right,
at the
'cause
time of
We
the,
top
do,
of this-
right, because we do say, close proximity to an existing outdoor gun range. So if that no longer is an existing condition,
And that covers it?
then I don't, I'm not.
the existing seems to be saying pre-existing.
Yeah, I think, I mean, if you wanted to change it to say at the time. This map is filed there. it's
Presently
close-
there, or
Or
present, yeah,
presently.
yeah,
That
as of such
maybe
and
just
such,
covers
whatever,
it.
I don't know.
So presently, these subdivision lots are located in close proximity to an existing outdoor gun range.
Mm. Then that covers it. If that goes away.
It's been there 100 years. Apparently.
Yeah.
I know that's the
You
other
never-
one.
You never know, you
Yeah,
never know.
So what's our next step to
So you
draft a
could
condition?
authorize the drafting of a resolution.
Okay, I make a motion that we authorize our attorney to draft a resolution for approval.
second,
So moved.
wasn't he making the motion?
Yeah, say so moved, and I need to say second.
No, he made the motion.
Oh, I thought you.
He did it himself.
Sure.
He was looking for a second.
I don't care.
It was well intentioned.
Any further discussions? All in favor?
So can I just ask what the conditioned resolution will be conditioned upon, just so that I'm clear? That if there's anything else I need to be doing between now and the next meeting, it's gonna be conditioned upon,
I'll send you a draft of the resolution. once
Okay.
I have it. I mean, it'll have the standard general conditions, payment of fees. It'll have to be payment of rec fees before the map's signed.
and I know that it's
Um,
definitely, the obtaining a demolition permit and removing the structures.
Before.
And
yeah,
the
exactly. So everything will
finalization of
be
the
really, I think,
dedication?
Just tied to. Plat signing. So I think I don't
Okay.
think you'll, that map no change. I'll just have as a condition, so you don't have to resubmit
Okay.
plans until you're
Great.
ready to submit the final.
Okay, good. That,
Road
yeah,
dedication.
yeah, the road dedication
I know
and
that's
the,
been submitted to the town. I
It
don't know
has.
if- Okay.
okay, I just wanted to make sure that I was clear that I wasn't missing anything else.
No, that I.
Okay, good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Next up, we have 15 Sugartown Road. Michael Peter. Good eye. Sorry.
That's okay. It's a tricky one. So tricky, my wife didn't take it, so it's one of those things. I've never done this before, so I'm not sure how it's supposed to go, but my wife and I bought 15 Sugartown a few months back. One of the conditions of sale from the seller was that we agreed to the assignment of a contract between Mr. Tasker and the DiGiulio family. So that's why 15 Sugartown is back in front of you. So we are hoping to go through with the sale of the property that would essentially be the front lawn for 17. That's what we're looking to do. I guess one thing for sure is the septic is repair, and that is complete. So we had somebody come in and repair the septic field, which had to be shifted over. The leach field had to be shifted over somewhat. So the Board of Health called it a septic repair. So it's not a new
So
septic
they-
officially.
You don't do an approval or anything then if it's a repair. right?
Correct.
Okay. You okay with that then?
Yeah, that's Ulster County. You don't need to permit. More, you don't increase bedrooms.
What other issues do we have?
So I would call it was confusing. It said proposed or new septic system. I'll just call it existing septic system. I know you just built it, but I think that's what you should say. on the map. So this is the same map that we looked at in the last application, so we're kind of sort of picking up where we left off on that. The zoning table. We've gone through this a couple times now. It's not correct. So. For each lot has a lot area, lot width. Lot width has a definition, it's in the zoning code. Front yard has a definition, zoning code, side yard, rear yard. And every town's a little bit different on some of those. These numbers aren't right.
Okay.
So somebody needs to your survey needs to go through the code, see what it means. Take the accurate measurement and update that.
So it's being basically measured improperly from the wrong spot. Right.
I don't know what he's doing exactly. He's using, front yard. Front yard is the distance between the building and the front lot line, and he has 283 feet, which is obviously it's not that far. So I don't know if he's just not reading, reading what front yard is in the code. So somebody just needs to,
Thank you.
and then they have a waiver request letter for topography, wooded areas, and vicinity map. For the board to consider. That's all I had.
That's it.
Yep.
I live nearby, like on Hummel Road, and so I drive by that corner pretty frequently. The terrain is relatively flat. There's almost no trees, if there are any trees on that front portion. And so I would be in favor of waiving any kind of requirement like that. Just on my own personal experience. Anybody else have any?
Can we do that now?
You can, there was one, I think the vicinity maps. They had asked for a waiver from, but that's not something that can be waived. I believe under the section that's under, and I think they had a vicinity map on the plan, they also said, so I wasn't sure what the waiver was requesting.
So when I put the waiver in, I wasn't sure what a vicinity map meant, only to find out later that the inset was the vicinity map. And so I was a little bit premature with my request for a waiver. So
Okay, so
I
then,
think maybe if I remove the request for the waiver for this vicinity map and leave the one in the inset, I think we'd be okay.
so it would just be the topography and the location of the wooded areas.
Yeah, that's what I think. Are there any trees in the back there? I don't know.
On the proposed lot, there's 2 trees and 2 stumps. Does anybody know how to say that bean tree? Is it catalpa? Is that how you say that?
No.
Catalpa?
So tell me what the waiver is for again?
Topography. And location of wooded areas and isolated trees. And I think that makes sense, that they're not proposing any improvements, so it's not necessarily relevant.
Now, is there anything about corner markers? Didn't we used to have something in our code about a lot line?
But there's rebars marked here.
Putting marker, but now we're gonna have a new corner, so
Yeah,
it might be appropriate to put a new marker there at Shivertown Road and at the lot line or something.
right, I think
Yeah,
that.
typically it would be required, I think, in the subdivision.
By the surveyor would normally do. Just,
They usually do, yeah. It's pretty standard. I don't know what the code says off the top of my head, but. They should set, oh, look, it says set, rebar set. And they did it already.
There's 2.
Yeah, it says rebar set.
okay, good.
There's little caps on the rebar with the name of the surveyor.
So what would be our next step? Just
So-
resolution to approve.
Well-
Vote on the waivers first.
Yeah, first, if you wanted to do a motion to waive the requirements for the topography and the location of wooded areas and isolated trees. As they're not proposing any improvements or grade changes.
So move.
Second.
And if we could do a roll call vote for that.
Matt Devon, aye.
Shanberg, aye.
Lyle, I.
Adele Ruger, aye.
Jennifer Wells, I.
Adrian Capui, aye.
Lauren Patton, aye.
Do we need to type this?
Yes, so the next action would be to classify this as an unlisted action under secret.
So moved.
Second,
Can we do that?
we're moving it through, yes.
Roll call again. Yeah.
Matt, aye.
Shandrine, I.
Lyle, I.
Del Ruger, I.
Jen, I.
Adrian Capuli, aye.
So you do have to complete seeker before you could open the public hearing. So if you wanted to have Andy prepare the part 2 for your next meeting, you could complete it and then open the public hearing.
So isn't a public hearing at the discretion of the board on something like this?
Not on a, because it's technically still a subdivision under your code, so we did propose some revisions to the town for the lot line changes, but they haven't been adopted yet, so.
Okay, so Andy, you complete part 2. And then the next meeting will go through it. Get you on the calendar again.
Sounds good.
And still you have to do the survey, right? You still have to update that survey with the correct
Correct
measurements,
map,
right? That's
right.
like the main thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Have to get
That he has to
the
do.
map back. And then there was also an issue with the owner's affidavit.
Yes, just to have another owner's affidavit
Yeah.
signed by the other property owner.
Right, so they're currently working on that. The DiGiulio family, one of them's in California. Has
Okay,
been for
yeah,
a
as
couple
long
weeks,
as,
so
and
it's
if
in
anything, it would
process.
always just be a condition before the map could be signed,
Sure.
that, just to have that on.
No problem.
So then how soon can you be ready that we can have a public hearing?
I'm gonna reach out to the surveyor as soon as possible and
So you
hopefully,
just contact Christine when you think you'll be ready. She'll give you the procedure for advertising, signage and stuff like that.
super.
So you
Great.
didn't set the public hearing yet, though.
Should we set it before he's ready? Or
No,
wait
so you'll have to do that at another
at
meeting.
another meeting?
Yeah.
I'd like to get the map in order
Okay, good.
first, just so we have that before. I don't want to be rescheduling. You folks,
Great.
so, okay,
You sign this, I'm gonna, it's just so
Yeah.
the list of the 2 items that I have, doesn't mean it's complete. But it's, all it says is that you're gonna update that survey. And that you, something about the owner's.
owner's
affidavit.
affidavit, could we put 17 Shivertown? Would that be okay? Because
Oh,
mine's
sure.
in, it's for them. Would that be all right to add that? Okay, great. Sorry,
The sign-
applicant.
Yes, please.
Okay. Great.
And this
So you
is-
know, the code is online, E-code or zoning code. You wanted to look up some of the definitions, check it before it came back. You can see that in our zoning code online.
Super. Great, thank you. Thank you.
Thank
All done?
Okay.
All right, thank you, everyone.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Good night.
You too. Thank you.
Chris here.
That's not gonna hold. Is, been-
I found this on the system.
You're ready, right?
Thanks, Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah. BBU. How's everybody tonight?
Good.
Thank you for having us back again. We're really here more for anything, just to give you an update on our progress, because we have a lot of steps. So the last time that we were here, we had let you know that originally DEC had indicated that we did not need a DEC wetlands permit for the buffer. After we sent them the plan that showed them the pavement that we were removing and the work that then would be required to do that, they changed their mind. And so a couple of things that we have to do to coordinate that with you. One, right now, we'll have to modify the full EAF to include the DEC as a permitting agency, because they will have to issue that wetlands permit. When we were here the last time, we circulated for seeker for lead agency, but the DEC, I don't believe, would have been on that circulation.
I had included them
You did include
as
that?
an involved, yes.
Oh, okay. All right, well, good.
So that step is.
So I guess that would be our question is, are we now officially with this board as the lead agency? Because we've,
Yes, because
Um,
no one
yeah.
had objected, so they were listed as an involved, so even if they didn't think they were at the time.
okay.
But the revised EAF,
So the other thing I'll stay with the wetlands for a minute. The DEC wetlands permit request for the buffer permit has gone in. It's been into the DEC for about 2 weeks now. And we really don't have an indication from them how long it will take them to finish their review. We don't see any reason that they would deny the buffer permit because we're actually improving the condition. But what we are waiting for them to do is sign the wetlands delineation map that they've really had for more than a year. We need that delineation map in order to go back to the town with the town wetland permit. Same conditions on the town, we're removing same amount of material from the same buffer, same size. So we're hopeful that we can get that moving along before the next meeting. But I'm thinking that right now, that's, you know, kind of our linchpin right now, is waiting for that to happen. Update on the water and the sewer. One of the questions, Annie, that you had is, are we in the water district? And it's interesting, when the fire station was put in the water district, water line was extended to this property, but this property was not put in the water district. So it's the only little piece down there that's not in the water district. So we will be applying to the town board for both the water district and the sewer district. The sewer system, well, the water system is already there. It's kind of interesting. We've already got the water line there. It's kind of the cart before the horse, but water line's there, and now we're going to apply to get into the district. So technically, we're an out of district user right now, but there's really no changes to the water. On the sewer side, the last time we were here, we let you know that we're going to put a grinder pump in and pump into the force main that was put in, extended down when the fire station was done. We've done all of the research with E1 Pumps, who are the company that put in the fire station system. They have sized the pumps that we're using. We have the engineer's report for that. And in your request, we're going to go to the town sewer department, have them review it. And then we are putting the petitions together to the town board for both the water and the sewer district extension. So within the next week, we should have all of that in to the town board and also before the sewer department for review of that.
How many gallons a day are you?
I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's a fairly small volume. The line that we're putting in is only needs to be an inch and a quarter in size. It's a very small amount.
And so would they need a generator, any backup generator or anything for a pump station or not?
Pump station need 1 day's storage or generator. So usually you provide a day's storage. That's state, yes.
Would we need that for a commercial though? Because usually on a commercial, unlike a residential, if it's not working, you shut the business down for the day until you get it up and running.
I think it's a requirement by the DEC requirement for pump station.
So we'll look into that.
Yeah.
We originally had a generator. We can put a generator in, there's room for it. You could put it next to the building, back by where the E1 pump would be, wouldn't have to be a very big one. One of the things that we had considered was just a portable generator.
Right.
Because the pump is a small pump, really isn't much to it to power it. So we may look into that because it'd be easier just to have a generator that would be inside, that we didn't have to have a belly tank and all the rest of that for it. It could be stored inside.
450 gallons a day, so that's not a big pump station.
Yeah.
So,
Right. It's not much.
Only a handful of employees
yeah.
that are there.
But we'll look into that a little bit
Okay.
more for you. Yeah,
Question.
it's a good question. It's a good point. And we'll explore that further.
Mhm.
We
So when
have,
you do send it to the town, just as long as they know, because they were included on the lead agency notice as well, that the planning board's lead agency, so seeker will have to be completed before they could take any action on your request for the
the town board will.
Yes.
Are we gonna be in a tight, well, how are you going to act on seeker for the water and sewer district if you don't know that we're gonna be allowed to be in the water and sewer district? I just don't want to be in a catch-22 on this.
I think that the seeker could, anticipate that it will be extended. I think if you could get, whatever information this board would need to assess the sewer impacts and water impacts to.
Okay.
Say that there, be capacity in the system and all that.
Absolutely fine with that. I just want to make sure that we talk it through and we're all in agreement before I go down one path and then get stuck in that.
So is the sewer isn't on your side of the road?
No,
You're
the
gonna- so
sewer,
you're
the
gonna have
sewer's
to have
not.
A road permit to cross.
It'll be directionally drilled underneath the road, but we'll still have to go
Oh,
through the town. Yeah,
directionally.
there will
And I think-
no open cut. It's a
Okay.
small diameter and it'll just directionally drill. Yeah.
Perhaps you could have, an initial meeting with the town, just get their initial
intend to,
feedback to
yeah.
make sure that, they don't have any major concerns
Mhm.
that would indicate they wouldn't be
Okay,
willing to do.
All right.
I need bond too for that work.
Yeah, there'll be everything that we'll need for that during construction. There'll be a construction permit from the town highway department for the work that we do, even though it's directionally drilled, there'll still be. A
So
permit
is
for it.
there a manhole you're gonna lead into, or are you gonna cut the pipe and put a?
So across the street, where the force main comes out of the pump station from the fire station. The line goes up and where it reaches the right of way, we'll be putting it'll be a fused weld into that for a Y. And that will be the only open cut, but that'll be in the shoulder where the force main Y is. And then on the other side, that's where our we'll set up the rig to do that. And I think you've seen them before. It's just got a pipe and it drills out, drills to the other side, and then it pulls the line back. So it'll not be an open cut. The other item that we had was coordination with county DPW for the right of way work. We did get a letter from the county a while back. A couple of the things that they'd asked for is that the area, and I can show this on the plan, put that out. Going to turn it this way, so it's a little easier so I can see it too. So what they'd asked for is that the whole area in front of the building where the bays are, that we put a striping in there and no parking. Because they're concerned about people coming to the thrift shop and parking in front of the door bays. The other thing that they asked us to do is to pull the curb lines back behind the utility poles that are along the road. And I'm gonna guess the main reason for that is they want to make sure that the curb is back, so when the plows come through, they're not gonna go anywhere near the utility poles, then they won't have to worry about the curbs being out there. So that curbing is going in. We have sent this to them for their review. They've also asked us to make sure that we put a new stripe in for where the Empire State Trail is. Because it's only actually striped on the outside lane to the road, it's not striped on the inside. So that will define both edges of where the striping is and where the Empire State Trail line goes through. We submitted this back to the county. Now, the county only issues a work permit, so there's no, it's an administrative permit, so I don't believe they would be impacted by secret. Because it's a construction permit. However, we'll still have had to get through site plan approval and secret approval through this board anyway, before the county will issue their curb cut permit. The only thing we'll be able to get from them for this board will be their return letter, just responding to our request that they review it and concur with what we've shown them and that it meets what they had asked us for. So we hope to have that in a couple of weeks as well.
Yeah,
So-
they'll write a letter that basically says that their
Yeah.
layout is, so.
Right.
That's what we-
So for the Empire State Trail across to your property where it's gonna be marked on the pavement, are you gonna put any stencil bike lane or anything?
So they're
Is
already
anything
there. The
requirements
Sharrow
like that?
symbols are already on
They're already there.
they're
Okay.
already paved there. And there's signage up already for the Empire State Trail.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm surprised that they didn't put the double line in when they first put it in, because on the BBU side. There's no definition, there's no curbs, there's nothing, it's just a sea of asphalt there, but they never did, they just left it.
Is
So we're
that-
gonna fix
is
that.
that considered sufficient to like warn truck drivers that there's like a,
It'll be much
Like,
more
yeah.
sufficient than it is now. Yes, so the whole idea is that the lane will be all the way, so it goes underneath really. The striping itself is underneath the overhead line here, but it runs right down along the edge of where the curb line will be.
Mhm.
And so we're gonna run that line all the way down through and match it to the one that's on the outside. This is so you can see this right here. You can see this little symbol here. It's a little hard to see. But you can see on the pavement right now, that is the Sharrow symbol that's on there. That exists right now. That's the lane, and this is the new stripe that will be in there that we're gonna put in. And then there'll be another space in between there. And then that's where the striping will come.
Guess we're not moving enough?
Little mood light tonight?
Thank you.
So there were a couple of comments that Andy had that I could touch on real quickly. Since the last time, or since we submitted this, we have done a lighting plan for the project. That will be part of the submission that we give you the next time, but I just wanted to show you that, you know, we've gone through and we've got a point by point lighting plan that I'll be submitting to Andy's office for review with our next submission, with anything else we get. But we now meet all the requirements. There will be additional poles around the outside. And then the lighting on the building will be all downlit. So we're gonna get rid of all, we told you before, we would get rid of all those big floodlights that shine out everywhere. So this building site will be dark sky compliant now, once we get this done.
Excuse me, Kurt, you want to see that lighting plan too?
Sure.
Okay.
It'll be in the next submission.
Yeah,
for sure.
it'll be in the
Yeah.
next full submission. So I just wanted to bring it along, show you that we had it completed at this time.
Okay.
And you'll submit the cut sheet so we can take the board, and see what the lights look like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, cut sheets will be there, and then on this plan too, all of the specifications for them are out on here, so you know what fixtures they are. So I touched on water, the fire department, I know you'd asked us to run this past the fire department, so it won't be too hard, they're right across the street. So we'll take care of that next. And I think I've touched on all of the main ones except for one item, which is a request for signage. And I think Ryan can take over on signage, because I believe the signage you're talking about, it would be signage that's identification signage, like BBU sign on the building or something.
So, I'm Ryan DeSalvatore with Alfondra Architecture. I know, probably met before, in other meetings. But right now, there's no plan for additional signage on the building. The existing Freihofers thrift store is the signage. There's no additional billboard going up that says Bimbo Bakeries, anything being put in an island, right now. So there's no additional things to be concerned with.
So you're renovating that side of the building, right?
Mhm.
You're just gonna take the sign off that's there and just put it back on.
Mhm.
That's the idea.
Well, the thrift store, I believe, and I could be misremembering, I believe the where the thrift store symbol is now, or the Freihofers one. That brick is just gonna be existing as brick as it is. The sides where all of the block are, that's gonna be resurfaced and colored, so it doesn't look as ugly as it does currently. But if there's attention needed when we get to the building process, it'll just get detached and put back on.
Well, will that look like kind of out of date with the updated building? Have you considered
Well,
updating the sign? I mean, it seems a little odd, frankly.
I mean, I think the effort was to just keep things simple. I mean, if there's desired additional signage, I mean, I'm obviously we're open to thoughts and
I wasn't
everything.
thinking, I wasn't meaning.
Or differing or
additional-
updated.
No, it's just a little bit odd if you're going through all this work to update the whole thing and make it look better to put
Yeah.
that same old, kind of
Can you,
fifties style sign. up.
Vintage.
I
like
mean,
that.
that's
Well, are you
one of the
looking
thoughts.
at that?
Yeah, that is
that's-
one of the things we're looking
Okay.
I kinda
to
like
do and, that's.
I'm
When
just
you,
asking.
see what-
when you
No,
drive out of
absolutely.
here, when you drive out of here this evening, because when I drove down, I, took a look over just to see, and it is a very simple, traditional Freihofers bakery square or rectangular sign, very nondescript. But it doesn't really look dated. It's not like it's falling apart and faded and everything. It's too bad. We could find out when they last updated it, but
I mean, it probably wasn't too long ago because that other phase of the project was only done a couple of years ago. So it may have
Okay,
been.
just asking, I mean.
No, absolutely. That's a great question. And I think that's another thing what they were thinking and kind of to the thought of the bracket details underneath the awning as well, is that we're trying to make the whole thing look nicer, but also not draw additional attention to the warehouse side so that the thrift store is the focus for consumers. So there's not, it's the same on par with the comment from the county that it's striping in front of the loading bay doors. So the consumers know that's the consumer portion.
Yeah, because they're used to parking in front of that, so now they're gonna have to go in the back.
Yeah.
well, actually, there is parking on the side for the.
Is there?
If you
Because
remember.
they usually pull up right in front.
They usually pull up right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Usually cockeyed.
Yes.
So the parking for the thrift store, has just been moved.
Yeah.
But- So instead of being able to park right here, you're parking right here.
I see, so it's not.
So it's not that far.
It's not that far, okay.
Much better.
The walking.
I did pull out on.
You're not backing out
Not
into.
backing out
Yeah, no, backing out into pot, yeah,
Mhm.
okay, yeah. They can walk off the bread.
It's fine. So the only other, couple other things, I do, Andy, owe you that turning movement or in front of the building for the root trucks. We had done the circulation for the larger vehicles and shown that the last time, but I have to add that onto the drawing for you. And we talked about doing the peak gravel diaphragm in the back, for, stormwater management. We did show that, but I haven't put the details on that for that yet.
Okay, yeah, just
And,
labeling it just so we can tell what it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, I did note that you had said that the contour labeling, we should add more. There are some on there.
Oh, there
That's
are
what the
some.
surveyor had put on there, but you have to look hard.
Yeah,
So I'll have to go back into the surveyor's drawing and we'll have to just add additional contour labeling. So we'll take care of that. But we're getting there. We're moving along as we go. The bigger pieces are all out and, kind of out there for waiting for comments back now from all the agencies.
So I'm just checking in to see if you guys have been in communication
Mhm.
and what's happening there.
Yeah. Okay. So, we did get a chance to chat, and I think this should have been in the submission, in the PDFs that you guys got in the printouts. So just kind of throwing something out there, I did try to, keep things more economical for the client, and I shopped around, like scoured the internet, and there weren't any brackets of the proper scale that I think would suit the building at all. Anything that had kind of an industrial look was like 7 inches big. Yeah, that was all I found. I found some very colonial ones, some Greek revival ones, very inappropriate. So, because these brackets are 3 feet tall and 3 feet deep. So I just put a few ideas together to kind of get your thoughts. I just figured we try to figure out what could look nice, just kind of dress it up a little bit. Kurt, did you get PDFs of this? Okay. I know that I tried to keep things simple. I was trying to simplify the construction of it more or less. I'm thinking the web of each bracket similarly would be made out of plate steel and could easily be either laser jetted or water jetted out. And then the front edge is just flat bar stock. And then the top and the back were C-channel, trying to simplify with, easily gatherable components, easily fabricated. Rather than trying to do some sort of crazy custom fabrication of twisting metal or anything like that. And I think it suits the building a little bit more. I think if you started to get more sculptural, it would be pushing more of an Art Nouveau look, which is not this warehouse. So this is what the first few stabs we came up with. The client likes it. They think it looks nice. There's 15 of them in total, about 12.5 feet to 13 feet on center. One concern that the client has is just overall like sanitary issues, just having birds wanting to make a nice nest in them, which, that would have to be remedied by either whatever bird spikes or an ugly mesh to keep birds from not nesting. But other than that, that was kind of what my
Would those be galvanized or painted or?
I would assuming they'd be powder coated.
How
That was my thought anyways.
is the angle sufficiently close all around? I mean, matching the soffit to the wall.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's close. So I mean, it would be direct bolted into the brick, into the masonry wall. It's non-structural because obviously the awning is there now, so it'd very much be just to dress it up. But welcome any thoughts on that? Any comments or anything like that?
Kurt, you have comments on that?
Well, I mean, I think it looks good, but I'd be interested in hearing what other people think, because it's kind of what I imagined. It kind of helps that the overhang sort of gives a little bit of reason for that overhang.
Right,
to
I think it looks nice.
do a little texture,
yeah.
and I do like the industrial aesthetic, but I know it's a subjective kind of thing, so I didn't want to suppose.
I think my least favorite is the one in the center, kind of like the wagon wheel. Hate it. I like your honesty. Well, I mean, yeah, so I would agree. That would be my least favorite. I would probably say that my favorite is this bracket down here, the shorter detail.
Is that the radial?
This is the
That's
radial,
and then
the
this-
wagon
This
wheel.
one is like verticals.
Mhm, this one's verticals,
Top one.
and this one is, the top one is rounds.
Is
Yeah,
what?
That's what?
circular. Or circular cutouts on the
No.
web.
That is,
80s.
that is a common, like web detail. I've seen that.
Yeah.
before,
Yeah.
But not that you should.
It's easy to
say
cut,
that.
it's easy to cut it out, yeah.
It looked like it was always there. That's my metric. When you don't notice it, when it
Right.
looks like it's always there, I think it's the
Mhm.
right.
You're saying the bottom one?
I like the bottom one. Yeah, I don't like the circles.
No,
And I think the wagon wheel's a little. it's
I
a
don't
little
like the wagon
Western.
wheels, but
no,
Yeah.
again, I was,
Call it a wagon wheel.
right, exactly, now it's stuck in my head.
I think the
Yeah.
bottom one looks really good.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
I think that works.
Bottom one.
okay, so did you feel that anything was missing from this? Because,
I mean, the only other thing that I wish could happen, but it's, it gets into like a program or, a pretty significant cost would be, I feel like the entrance of the store is like residential feel like it's just like a little gable.
it
that's,
doesn't
like,
go with
attached to
the
the end
rest.
of the building. I wish there was some way that it could be, maybe even if it didn't have to grow in size, it just didn't look like a residential sort of add-on. That's, I thought about that.
And we had chatted about that, and I know that one of the thoughts was, like I had said earlier, my point earlier is that they do want to make sure that the areas are separate as far as like, this is clearly for the consumers over here, and this is for the delivery drivers.
But
over
it
here.
is it's inset, right? The,
The,
The entrance,
bakery.
the entrance kind of is like a,
yes, it's
it juts out. You can see.
it's like a little gable building.
This would,
Sets us against.
with curtain
against the
wall, glass curtain wall.
you have a better picture of that building or no?
Well, actually, if you turn it around, that showed me pretty well. the upper-
Don't mind the bollards, those were placeholders, don't mind the bollards. I think you can see it, where was it? Yeah, up here.
But changing the shape of the roof, I mean, if you flatten the gable,
It would, I mean,
just
again,
flatten the gable.
it would help. I mean, in my opinion, it wouldn't look like a little house, but again.
So what would you suggest? I
Well,
mean, maybe it's not that big a deal. You're just talking about the very entrance, right?
Just this little.
Yeah.
I mean, it might not be that big a deal to change that. We're not talking about anything else. The siding's all gonna match across the way.
I know that the resistance may be that that was the area that was just renovated 2 years ago.
Were they here 2 years ago? I don't think so.
I think it was,
Somebody was
somebody was here, I was.
Somebody was here?
I was-
Oh, do you
Oh.
object to asking?
I don't
Make it
object to
more
asking.
Consistent
No.
with the other,
Yeah.
the other tweaks you're
I
doing.
mean, they're
on
making
No, I don't
such a
object.
huge renovation.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, they're
What would
doing
you
all
think? I
that.
mean, maybe an R.
that might be a
Standing
little bit
seam
too
around.
stylized, but I mean. Even if it were a flat roof, that was up a little bit with
Like
maybe.
even just a flat roof that
That's what
had
it
like
matches.
matching fascia.
Yeah,
They wrapped around there.
Yeah,
Maybe
makes
something like
sense.
that.
Yeah.
Even a slight angle on in one direction, just
Yeah,
so we can
even-
manage the runoff.
Yeah, I'm open to suggesting it for sure.
I mean, if it were up, if the roof was raised a tiny bit during the construction, you could even do like a little bit of clear story of light windows.
Mhm.
So it would look more like a lantern, so
Mhm.
like, you could play around with that a little bit,
Mm-hmm,
that could be inviting.
mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
I mean, because just because they just redid it. They didn't have this whole other thing
Right.
in mind,
Right,
right? I
right.
mean,
Not
It
to-
has
not
to
my
all-
knowledge, Yeah,
right, it has to all work together.
yeah.
Uh. I don't know how much the expense is, but compared to what this project is gonna cost, and you're only talking about that little tiny entrance.
Yeah,
It
I'll
would
suggest
seem
that,
that.
absolutely.
there
Run up the
should be a-
flagpole.
Yeah, we'll run off the flagpole.
Okay, and if you come up with something, maybe speak to.
Yeah,
Kurt.
absolutely. That's just the
vestibule, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, entrance on both sides, yeah.
Just with all glass and doors, right?
Mhm.
That's it.
Mhm.
Are they changing the doors?
Not anything over here in the
Not over there.
thrift store, no. No,
That's
the plan is to change out all of the overhead doors, to all be new and matching.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Looks nice.
Congratulations, Frank. At least the bottom.
I,
Kind of even like the top ones.
I like the top one
I
too.
don't know.
You like the top one too?
I don't like.
I like the top one too.
That's
All right, so,
the other thing.
okay, so let's
When
talk
you
about
offer
this.
them any choices, you're gonna.
Well, I limited it to 3.
All right, let's take a poll on these brackets.
Oh, I don't know.
right?
I'm not ready for that. This is
We're not,
too-
well, we don't have to decide yet, right?
No,
Okay.
but I mean, I want to know.
I like the top one.
Okay.
At
Okay,
least you eliminated ones.
right, yeah,
Yeah, none of us like the middle one, right?
yeah,
No,
No.
Anything but the middle.
anything but the middle one. All right, got it. I'll just put it in the trash.
I won't tell them. that.
Yeah.
This is the best one. No, I'm kidding.
Anything else?
Anything else?
Yeah, I think that's all we have to present. I mean, there were some comments on the landscaping, but you know,
So I have-
we need to show snow storage area. and few things
It's
like that.
John covered most of it, I can go over a couple.
Sorry to take,
Yeah, I
particular-
believe so.
Wagon wheels, little wagon wheels over there.
Which are the major things.
Thank you very much.
That's a,
Andy,
Thank
do
you.
Have anything?
No, I mean. The landscaping looked good, Eileen liked what they did. Mostly with a couple minor comments on about snow pile and decompacting those areas that are paved. Those are really just minor stuff. And then modifying the AF, there's a couple spots in there, cleaning that up. But John talked about pretty much the rest of my comments, so it's in pretty good shape.
a question I had was for setting a public hearing as far as sequence. For how many balls we still have up in the air to get figured out. Do we need to have all of those resolved before we can schedule that?
So the public hearing, it's discretionary on site plan, it's required on the wetlands permit. Unless it could be waived on the wetlands permit if there's clear reasons why it would not be any less protective of regulated areas. So I think at a minimum, you'll need to have that long form wetlands permit application
Okay,
all in. That way the board can decide whether, there's a need for a public hearing.
Sounds like there's still more work before we're ready.
there is, yeah,
Yeah.
out of curiosity, yeah,
Let's move forward.
it is, right. Thank you.
Ryan will get the client list. So
Yeah, okay.
what's the schedule?
Exactly, so, thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
I don't know if there's anything else. That I would be involved.
Bank of America.
Yeah. I don't know, what is the Bank of America? Heard, I don't know if the Bank of America is something. wild.
Should he?
Well, why don't we just listen?
Tomorrow.
Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
I was gonna pull up this.
So let me just brief us.
Yeah, do you want me to just give you a rundown? I'm Jake Modesta, along with Stonefield Engineering Design. I'm here representing the applicant. Kind of what the project is in general is, I'm gonna call it Repace. It's part of Bank of America's exterior renovation program. Basically what we're doing is we're giving it a facelift, the actual existing facility. There's gonna be no change in the operations, but the improvements that we are making really are directed towards the building facade and the signage. So all different components to this. Currently what we're doing is we'll call it part one with the signage. We're adding 2 directional signs. One will be, the 2 will be a do not enter sign, which kind of helps with the counterclockwise circulation from the site. So there'll be one at the actual teller window. It says do not enter, and then one on we'll call it the northwest corner of the property where there's actually one-way flow on the north side of the building. There'll be another do not enter sign there. So again, directional signage. There's another sign posted on the it'd be the canopy, the center line canopy for the teller window. So it's just an additional directional sign letting customers know where the ATM, where the teller window is located. Again, proper circulations through the site. Part two of this is going to be the wall signage. What's happening is we will be removing the existing, I think it's approximately 53 square foot sign with the big Bank of America logo. We're going to be rebranding that with the new latest Bank of America branding, actually smaller in size, down to 18 square feet. So we're going to be reducing that, complies with all zoning regulations as far as sign size. So that's part of the signage. And then the last part, which is probably the biggest component, is we're actually removing the sign across the front. It's more of a pylon sign, proposing a new monument sign. It'll be 5 feet from the height. Currently, the sign today is about 15 feet in height. We'll be reducing that down to 5 feet in size, also reducing the size of the actual sign itself, bring it down to 25 square feet where 30 is permitted. So again, bringing it down in size. 33 is about what's approximately out there today. In addition to that, we're also installing a white vinyl fence around the existing propane tanks that exist at the southeast corner of the building. So we'll be screening those. They're white, it'll be white vinyl fence, keeping it consistent. We'll be re-sleeving all of the bollards around the perimeter with new Bank of America that's gray bollard sleeves. So it'll be all around the bank facility. There'll be other touch-up items, including cleaning up the handrails. I think a few of them have rusted, so those will be cleaned up, repainted, repainting and restaining the facade. No change in colors, just uplifting that. I think some of it's been faded. They'll be power washing the concrete around the facility. And really that is kind of the uplift of the exterior renovation for this project. That's all shown in the plans dated 5/23 by my office. I think we received a review letter regarding the short form EAF. I have revised 10 copies here. There was just 2 comments. We've since revised it. So I think everything is in order. And if there's any questions on the scope, I'm here to answer that.
I have a question about the number of signs. Is that the number of signs you have requested? Just more than what you have now? I'm not talking about the size. I'm talking about the number of
So the
signs.
number of signs, we are adding directional signage. Because there's no bank, it's just do not enter, so it's directional safety signage. It's under 3, I think it's 3 square feet. Zoning code permits as far as those, they're all under that in size. So they're all directional. There is a detail of it in the packet in the last page showing that. There's no Bank of America logos on it. There is for the teller window, Bank of America, we'll call it text and font, but there's no logo.
So I have a question. So I'm listening. I mean, I've been away, so I wasn't able to look at anything that came in recently, but do they have to be here? It doesn't sound like they're doing much.
They're not. That was a discussion that we had, and it was kind of vague whether they really had to be here or not. But stage basically leaving, and this was kind of on the safe side, interpreting it as they need to come here for these improvements, the way that the code's written.
Because you're not doing anything to the building, right? It's just signs.
So just signage and repaint,
Painting and putting up a fence for the.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to fill out an EAF and do all that stuff, really?
I mean, the way that the code's written when site plans required is vague. So it can be interpreted different ways, whether you need to come here doing certain things to your site. So
What are our options? Is what I'd like to know with this.
I was just looking at the directional signs. It's 2 square feet. They could be done by permit of the code enforcement officer. As far as your options for this evening, I believe it would be a type 2 action under seeker. It wouldn't need to go to the county. You're not disturbing there's no disturbance proposed.
Yeah, the only thing would be installation of the same sign, a new sign in the same location. So there's no new wiring needed. It's all in place.
Did you have any comments on the plans themselves?
no. No change.
What color are the signs? Just curious.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, it's almost the exact same color. It's really just a reduction in size, reducing that Bank of America logo really to the upper corner line. White, blue, red. There's further details.
Are you
So-
thinking you want to try to get him out of here faster? Is that what's going on?
I don't understand
Is
this
there anything
here.
we can do?
I agree.
to
You
make
could,
it
I mean,
law?
you don't have a resolution, but you could still, you could classify it as type 2 and you could vote to approve, just subject to your general conditions as far as payment of fees and applying for a building permit.
Okay,
I'm good with that.
what do you think? I mean, it just seems
Yeah.
crazy to keep bringing these
Yeah.
back.
There are other things.
Okay, so what do we do first? We'll
Motion
type
to
it.
classify as type 2 action.
So moved.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Discussion, yeah.
And then motion to approve the site plan application, subject to the planning board's general conditions, including payment of all fees and applying for the required permits as set forth in the town code.
Can I ask you a quick question? Do we need to escrow account then?
I'm sorry?
Do we need to escrow account then? We just established an escrow account, right? Just
Well, he did a little bit of work. so
Yeah, we
Okay.
reviewed it, so,
Whatever we don't use.
so
just
they'll
skip it.
definitely have enough to pay out of that.
I can't say all that, but I would say what Anthony says.
Okay, so that's your motion.
Second.
Okay,
That's our
second.
motion, this motion.
And
All in
just-
favor?
Aye.
I was gonna ask for a roll call on that, I'm sorry.
Okay. Roll call.
Matt Donna, aye.
Shanberg, aye.
Lyle, aye.
Del Ruger, aye.
Shen, aye.
Adrian Cooley, aye.
Lauren and Ken, aye.
That's it.
That's it.
So we go right on to building permits at this point then, and then any escrow fees.
Yeah, so we'll get our invoices, I don't know when we'll have those to the town board, then those will be paid, and any, if you need to apply for a building permit or anything like that with the town, once the plans are signed.
Beautiful.
Okay,
And thank you so
Thank you.
much.
favorite part, favorite part is that they come to us.
We don't.
You may approach.
And again, yes. That's who they,
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
Yeah, they can fix an entrance if they want to.
The what?
We're talking about the bakery.
Yeah, so they will.
sentiments and.
It's a major global- it's a major global.
No, they will. They'll do it. They'll do it.
Companies in the country.
Yes. They'll do it.
Every little bit.
You really
Sorry.
sound confident, really do.
Oh, they'll do it.
They should quit.
I mean, it's really important. No, you could, welcome to.
My
stay.
name's Rob
This
Ferry.
is
I'm with the
ENCP.
Environmental Conservation Board.
We didn't hear your name, I'm sorry.
Oh, Rob Ferry, from the
Hello, Rob.
Conservation Board.
Thank
Hi,
you.
hi.
Thanks.
Um, Well, Town of New Paltz Planning Board. The Town of New Paltz Environmental Conservation Board is considering submitting the attached zoning ordinance for electrical vehicle charging to the town board for inclusion in the town's general legislation. The document is a model zoning ordinance for multifamily dwellings created by Hudson Valley Pattern for Progress. I think everybody has been given a copy. The Hudson Valley Pattern for Progress, it's a nonprofit organization that provides research, planning, and educational training throughout the region. Its work identifies civic challenges and promotes regional, equitable, and sustainable solutions to constantly improve the quality of life in the Hudson Valley communities. Commercial public charging stations that charge dozens of vehicles per day are a complex issue that this ordinance does not address. However, most electric vehicle drivers charge their vehicles at home. Unfortunately, vehicles that live in apartments, buildings, or townhouses do not have the authority to install their own charging stations. The Hudson Valley Pattern for Progress designed this ordinance to require developers to install charging stations at new multi-unit residential projects. Whatever your feelings about electric vehicles or their many challenges, the ENCB feels that this model zoning ordinance prepares new polls for possible state infrastructure grants, makes new polls more attractive to owners of the new environmental vehicles coming onto the market, and is consistent with new polls' climate smart status. Thank you for your time and attention to this proposal. Should you wish to submit comments on this proposal, please send them to me or the Environmental Conservation Board. It's really just if you want to make any comments about this. This hasn't gone anywhere yet. It's in the initial stages, and we just wanted to get some, us environmental people, we love all the environmental laws that come around us. But it needs some hard looking at by the people that might have to enforce this. So
where's the cutoff for size of multi-unit?
This is for
Two,
new.
is it four? Or is
oh,
it
two, yeah, two or more.
two or more?
And is that retroactive or only new?
Only new,
So
right?
what if
Well,
somebody creates an accessory apartment, then do they need one?
that's
That
why
makes it two, right?
that makes it two. I mean, that's really for your comments. That's what we'd like to hear, what you'd like to say, or what it doesn't exactly cover. One page is just definitions, so it's really just 2 pages of actual, technical law.
I think,
Yes,
we should read this through and maybe put it on the next agenda for comments,
Yeah.
because we just got this
yeah,
tonight.
you just saw it.
Yeah, I think, my opinion.
Okay,
Yeah, I didn't buy a car. New, I canceled it because I couldn't possibly charge it. I'd have to string an electrical thing under my front door out across a sidewalk to charge the car. And that's not so great when you've got snow there over an
but if
electric.
you're,
Yeah.
if you're the
Cord.
owner of your apartment, decided
said
to charge
no.
you $100 more a month to have, because he's gonna install a charging station, would that be worth it to you?
Well, he's already charged me 20% over 2 years and it's going up another
Yeah.
5.
No,
So
no,
the
I'm saying in
$100 a
in
month-
relation to
No,
being required to install.
no,
charging
so then
stations.
it was just easier to cancel the car. Just so you know, from a practical standpoint, because these things are all great
Yes,
theoretically.
but yeah. It's just basically to give people that, don't have control over their homes some opportunity to be able to have a car.
Or that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so we're gonna put it on our agenda for next
Okay.
month for discussion,
Right.
and then we'll make some comments.
Well, thank you. Thanks for
Thank
listening.
Thank you
Yeah.
for doing that.
Originally, this came from the Ulster County Environmental Management Council. I'm the town's representative to that. And they had a contractor come in to present this information. And that's how it's trickling down to the different towns in Ulster County.
Do you know of towns that have adopted this?
No,
Do you know of any towns that are building new apartment buildings?
Hmm?
Do you know of any towns that are building new apartment buildings?
well, maybe. Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe New Paltz. Maybe
Yeah.
Village of New Paltz.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
Give it to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. In 10 years when we get the financing.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, well,
Thanks a
that's it.
lot.
Well, thank you.
Great.
Have a great night.
You-
Thanks.
Thank you. Is our August schedule August 7th? And then the 21st? Are those, is August 7th and the 21st the right dates for August? No.
I don't think it would be the 7th, because
No.
you're the second, so I don't think it's 14th,
14th
What
and
do you mean?
28th.
you're the second Monday, the 14th and the 28th.
The next meeting is the 24th of July. So they skip out 2 weeks. usually.
The 14th.
You go away.
I go away.
What's the date of the next meeting?
I said,
And the one after?
The 14th of August.
Wait, we just have the 14th, right? There's not one before that.
The other, the 24th.
We just
July
confirmed
24th, July
24th,
20th.
And then it goes all the way to the 14th.
Is there anyone who would be interested in attending environmental commission board meeting in my absence this month? What time of the year is on?
when is it?
I got a million things to do.
I don't know.
Tell me when it
Tuesday,
is.
the
I'm
third
not good.
Wednesday or something. like that.
Let me
Can't
know.
remember. I'll find
When
out.
is it?
Find out, send me an email. I'll go.
And I can
I'll
go
go.
to.
I don't mind.
Okay.
Or Lauren, okay.
Motion to adjourn, Second,
Second,
all in favor?
I,
Aye.
Thank you very much.
thank you very much.